Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Inside Track. My special guest this evening is Mayor of Millville, Ben Romanik. Ben, good to see you.
Jim, good to see you as well. I'm glad to be back.
Well, it's great to have you back. I like that shirt.
I know. I think
At least it's got it accurate this time.
Yeah, I know. Exactly right.
That's fantastic. It's amazing. There are a lot of really good things that have happened since you and I were on last. One of them was the honoring of naming the South High Street after Chris Reeves. Tell us a little about that.
So that was spearheaded by the police department, obviously, and especially Sergeant William Stadnick.
Oh, he used to work for me. He's a great guy.
That's what he said. He's like, when you graduated throughout college and everything, worked for you about 10 years.
Yeah, he did.
He took care of getting it all done. Our wonderful, great business in Millville, National Highway Products. So the Green family stepped in. Chris Reeves' dad was there to pull down the curtain. It was 1 o'clock on Monday, so it was rather warm, but we had a great contingency from all over of law enforcement. Vineland Chief of Police Cusano came out. A good portion of the Sheriff's Department, the Sheriff, Michael Donato, came out. It was really well attended. It was very warm at 1 o'clock, but it touched hearts to even those people that didn't maybe know Chris Reeves that well. But Stadnick spoke very well about it. And, one thing that stuck to my mind was that when he was, right before they unveiled the sign, was Stadnick said, I want each and every one of the officers to, when they come down on South High Street now known as Officer Christopher Reeves Way, to live by Chris's values and be the officer that he was and he would still be today. That means a lot for, that I can hear my fellow officers of the Millville City Police Department upholding, honors and tradition like that, and of a legacy, that has continued to grow, since Chris's passing.
It was about 12 years ago.
Correct. Yeah.
And somebody smashed into him.
I believe they were pursuing a suspect on 3rd Street, and he got T-boned and then got sent into a house.
Wow. Yeah, what a great guy. Yeah. And his family, his dad is wonderful too. Good people. Yeah, but it was, so now you can drive right on 49, and when you cross over High Street, you can look up, and even if you're sitting at that light if I was to make a right and go into City Hall, there's a nice bright blue sign that says Officer Christopher Reeves Way. Yeah, it looked nice. I saw it on Facebook. It really did look very nice. Yeah, it was very good. It was great to see, even though it's July and we're in the middle of a heat wave and a very a drought right now, especially with no rain, but hopefully tomorrow. It was great to see a big part of the community come out and just short and sweet and to the point. Speaking of no rain, Mayor, Vineland's had trouble with their water supply. How's Millville's?
We're doing fine. We're doing. I haven't heard or been told any issues. I don't know whether that's a good thing or bad thing, but maybe they don't want the panic. We're not a city that big. Millville's 44 square miles and about 27,000 residents.
Yeah. Vineland's 69
square miles, yeah. And they have about 60,000 residents.
Yeah, at least.
So they have a lot more of an area to encompass with city water. But we were holding true. I extended the olive branch over to Mayor Finucci, saying Millville will help if needed. He said thank you, and he really appreciated that. So we're always as much as we like to. We're the Millville Thunderbolts, and they're the little chickens over there. But as much as that banter, we like to keep it. When times are tough, or one city is hurting, we like to keep a strong business relationship between any city and any municipality around here. I have a very good working relationship with a Commercial Township Mayor, Mayor Ken Wilden.
That's Morris River.
Morris River, River Township.
Mm-hmm. Ron Sutton is commercial.
Correct, yeah.
And my buddy.
Because it used to be Mike Vissard.
Yeah, that's right. Because you and I talked about Mike's the other day.
Because in the down township is Mike Rothman. And,
yes, right. That's right. Mike.
So it gets so confusing. But no, we're getting the county came back. As you probably know, in the county, they used to do municipality meetings through all the municipality. Get them on.
Yeah.
We did one about 2-3 weeks ago, and
that's good.
It was led by the county, County Director Joe Celio. Uh-huh. He led it, and it was only me, Finucci, Rothman, and one other mayor that I didn't know of in Cumberland County. But there's what, 14 cities? And
Yes, 14
14 municipalities.
Yeah.
So they more need to. I think once the first one goes, maybe more mayors will hop on. Because it's just good to talk about it. And that was Fanucci gave us the nitty gritty details of what actually happened with the Vineland's water issue.
Yeah.
So it was good to hear. But there's all of Cumberland County is moving in a good progress direction.
Yeah, that's good. It really is. And it's nice that you were willing to help Vineland with the water situation, because when I think about it, the hospital had to stop doing operations, elective operations,
Correct.
because of the water thing. And yet we're very close, the city of Millville, to Vineland. I don't know whatever it would take to get them the water, but that's funny too. Bennett, talk about something. I remember in, I guess, the early 80s, I was the mayor, and we were going to shut down Millville Hospital. And Chet Kalikowski was the general, or the head of the hospital, the South Jersey Healthcare, whatever it was called then. And I was supporting him. All the people weren't happy that I was supporting him, that we go to one hospital. But I said, with all the new technology and the MRI machines, millions of dollars, you just can't run a little hospital. And fortunately, it's worked very well. Amy Mansue does a great job with that entire facility. Boy, they're growing. They added 120 rooms to Mullica Hills Hospital.
Yeah.
Have you ever been up to that Mullica Hill area?
No, and I have a funny story. When they were building it, and it was just a steel structure, and I'd drive on 55 or up 55 or get off at 322. And Bone Salt Brewery is a great brewery right down the road, off of on 322 heading towards Rowan College. And for me, I don't know how many times people told me that it was becoming a new hospital, but I always said, why were they building a parking garage for all the students, and it's so far from downtown campus? And not until they put the Inspira sign up, this incoming new hospital. But I always called it a giant parking garage that was nowhere near close to campus. So
they're adding 120 more rooms, so
that's
great. Unbelievable. It really is. And it's in that area. Ben, I have a friend. In fact, Steve Testa, his wife Jane, moved to a 55 and over community, and I forget the name of it. But if you get off the exit 48 off 55 and you make a left, it's about 2 miles down on the left, and it's beautiful and it's growing. And then across the street used to be peach orchards, because back in the 70s, I was speech therapist in Elk Township, which is what that area was a part of. And that's where they're growing, and they're building 100 some more homes, and the prices are going astronomical.
Wow.
But it's a good location. A lot of people from New York State and North Jersey are moving down to the area, and it's a nice area, and it's convenient to get to places because you get to 55.
Correct. Yeah, you're close to the and especially up there where you're talking north of 322, you're a real stone's throw away from Philadelphia. And then even the Cherry Hill Mall system and everything around that area.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole that whole Blackwood area. It's very nice, and Ron Jaworski has a couple golf courses around there.
Oh, that's right, he does. Yeah. Do you know Ron?
Yeah, I saw him not too long ago.
Nice guy.
Yeah, I always call him as Ron. So
yeah,
that's often. My day job, I work at on golf courses at golf courses, and there's 5 of his golf courses in southern New Jersey, and I go to 3 of them.
Oh, that's great.
So,
well, Mike Trout's golf course, I heard somebody told me this unofficially, but 2 friends of mine are going to be number 1 and number 2 members. In fact, they're from the same family. I don't know if you heard that too.
I think I have. Now that you said that, yeah.
Have you heard what the initiation fee? I mean, I've heard lots and lots of money, right?
It's I don't know if I want to say the exact amount, but it's 6 figures for your initiation fee.
Right. Good point. Very well put.
It's tens of thousands for your annual fee.
Yeah.
So that's how private clubs work. They usually have initiation fees for you to become a member. Then you get viewed by the members, and then you have a year. They call it a yearly or a maintenance fee, and that's every year.
Yeah.
You pay that, but that's astronomical because I played a really nice private country club the 5th of July with my dad and uncle and cousin. So 4 Romaniks, hacking up a golf course. But now it was called the Legacy.
Who won?
My older cousin, Kevin Romanik.
Okay.
Gary's oldest son.
I know Kevin.
He shot a 92. It was hard. It was beautiful. It was really
Where was the course?
Really hot. It's in Voorhees, Haddonfield.
Okay.
But they're private and basic membership was $8,500 initiation fee and $7,000 yearly fee.
Yeah,
and that's a very nice golf course. It's pretty modernly updated, but it's hot. I'm not playing golf until it cools down.
Oh my gosh, it's horrible.
It's way too hot.
It was interesting. At one of the events we had, Thunderbolt, out to John Barbow Stadium, Craig Atkinson was talking, and they put plaques up honoring Millville's teams from way back, championship teams. And I don't know if you've ever heard of this guy, but Bud McAvoy is one of the best athletes. He's 92 years old.
Okay.
He's one of the best athletes Millville ever had. Well, what's interesting was Craig said he still plays golf and he shoots 20 strokes under his age. Imagine that, 92. But he was just a phenomenal athlete, and obviously he's one heck of a golfer. That's unbelievable, you know? Wow. Now, the one thing with Trout golf course, they're going to have that Silica course.
Correct, Silica Sands. It's a public 9-hole course, and actually that's a good segue, Jim, into I'm a board member of the Greater Millville Chamber of Commerce, and we have our inaugural golf tournament happening at Silica Sands this year.
Oh, that's super.
You can go on the Greater Millville Chamber website, Millville. I'm not going to butcher it because there's so many Millville websites, but it's something Millville. I think it's millvillenj.com, and then the city's millvillenj.gov or com. But Millville Chamber of Commerce, and that's happening on October 4th. It's a neat style. We're actually having a qualifying rounds where through the month of September you pick a time slot and you and your team will shoot, and because the course isn't completely done yet. We're gonna have hopefully 8 holes, maybe 7, but try to play 18 or close to 18 as possible. And so you have to qualify, and then if you make the qualifying round, you get to play on the 4th, which is we call the championship round.
Oh, that's neat. Where is that located?
The best way to get, so the only entrance right now for Silica Sands is off of Lincoln. So if you were to take Wheaton all the way out and then hit Lincoln and go around, when you go around that curve where you see the entrance to Northeast Precast, it's near the baseball field used to be right there.
Yeah, I built those fields.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
Yeah, I think so.
It was funny because
they're all gone right now. But.
Yeah, your grandpa was the commissioner for Millville.
Correct.
He and I had a dispute. It got to the point where I was league president here in Millville, and we had a lot of drinking going on. And I said, I don't think so. And he said, just leave it alone. So I said, well, I think I'll go do something else. And we did. And I'll tell you, it worked out. The Carastessis had the field there, but I got fundraising and the radio station, WMVB. We were able to get barter deals for fencing, for lighting. In fact, Flanagan Brothers did the lighting for us, and they donated their services. So it became the Cumberland Independent softball field. But then softball dwindled away.
Correct.
Well, the good thing was my cousin Harry Curley was the mayor of Vineland, and he said, Jim, what's the situation? And at that point in time, I think Tim Birchfield had taken over as president of that league. I said, I'm sure they'd be happy to just give it to the city. And they made it like a Babe Ruth field or that type of thing. It worked out fine. But now it's going to be Silica Sand, Silica Sand golf course. Boy, I tell you what, John Ruga is amazing. He is unbelievable. What a great guy.
Yep.
Really does.
Him and his wife, they're excellent.
Lori,
they're a great team. I see them. They partake in our wonderful business. Mission Spirits. I obviously passed them there, and their engineer Mike Freilinger.
I just saw Mike at the Phillies game a couple weeks ago. Great guy.
Yeah, he's a great guy. It's amazing what he's doing, and even though it's not Millville, it's Vineland, and sometimes that's a good thing because with that wall, because it's private and they put up the giant wall, it rubbed people the wrong way, and I'd get complaints and be like, sorry, it's the line stopped for Millville like a couple hundred yards before.
Yes, it does. Well, it's funny. I owned the radio station right next door to Northeast Precast, and it was right on the line. Before 55 went in, it was just about right on the line.
Yeah.
But then, of course, 55 separated it. Fred Wood, well, you're too young, but Fred Wood was the guy who originally owned it. And I bought it from, I forget the guy I bought it from. I bought 3 radio stations at one time from this fellow. And 2 are at the shore, and this one. So anyway, see how it is. It's right on the line. And I tell you again, though, what's great is it's right off exit 26. Hey, you know what did they add at exit 26?
They got a brand new traffic light.
Yeah, I know. That's great, isn't it?
I told so, there's as being mayor, there's so many things happening. And when somebody corners you and asks you, hey, what's happening? South side, South 2nd Street and Whitaker, and you're like, where's that on a map? Like, and that's been an ongoing project for the better part of a year and a half.
Gosh,
now.
yeah, at least.
I know they have to wait on a beam to get manufactured it in, and that's what took the most of the time. But I don't travel that way much. But wow, it's nice,
isn't it? I'll tell you, Ben. It got to the point from my house. Sometimes it's easier to just go up 55 and get off the exit 26. But it was scary trying to make a left.
Oh yeah.
And now, thank God, that light's there. Because then I would go through G Street and go up Wheaton Avenue.
Correct.
Get that way to it. But it is really nice. I'm very happy that that's there and made it safe, and it's finally completed. It's been a long time.
It's been a long time coming. It's just, and that's you could see throughout the city of Millville and the infrastructure upgrades that we are trying to do and are doing. Roads are going to get paved soon.
Oh yeah, what streets are getting paved?
Pleasant Drive is the whole.
It's where the Romanik screw up.
Fine. I'm not saying I had any pull, but
that's that Denise Arrigo. She grew up on Pleasant Drive.
All 1.2 miles from what's that, Chestnut Street all the way to Rick Avenue Road.
Oh wow.
That'll be completed in the fall time frame, and then also, which is which sometimes people forget that not Laurel Lake proper, but Millville property goes all the way down to Laurel Lake.
Absolutely, yes.
And they've been neglected for far too long, and we are set out to get grant money and pave a couple of the main roads back and around in Laurel Lake proper. So
that's great.
That's coming soon as well. And there was one other road that Vice Mayor just said, and I can't forget.
It's good. At least you got.
Yeah. I know Laurel Lake and Pleasant Drive and somewhere else.
That's good. Well, that's good to hear, and that's something. Millville's got 44 square miles. Got to have a lot of roads.
Yeah, I used to remember. I went to a county road study safety program, and they had the breakdown of how many miles of roads in Cumberland County, and then listed it by the municipalities. Yeah. And I remember Vineland was like outrageous. The miles.
Yeah, 69 is unbelievable. Yep. Yeah. And Morrisville Township's got to be close to 100. It's such a big township. That goes all the way from Delmont to Mill May. Half of Mill May is in Morrisville Township.
Correct. And because then if not, then that's you're in Atlantic or you're in
Atlantic County. Yeah. Yep. In fact, Senator Testa's mother is the vice mayor or deputy mayor of Buena Vista Township, and that's what Mill May's in.
Wow.
So as soon as you leave Millville, you're right into, or Marshall, rather, into Mill May. Have you talked with the county at all about speaking of Marshall Township, the library or whatever they're talking about doing on 47 South? That's one of Doug Albert's things they're talking about, putting in stop facility. One of the things that I've noticed, for years and years, businesses south of 347 now are almost all closed up because everybody goes 347 instead of 47.
Yeah.
So that's not that, but it's going to be in that general area. So I guess we'll see.
There's that old. I vaguely remember it, but it was like Lions Head Market. It's a closed building. It's when you're on 47 South, heading towards the end of 55, but it's still Millville. And it's just a vacant building. That's Libby's Bar was there many years ago. I vaguely remember it, but there's so many opportunities, and there's only 24 hours in a day, and you need sleep somewhere. And you want to get the right person and the right business, and it's government is in New Jersey, government's slow, and sometimes it's even slower in Millville, it seems like. But when things do happen, it's great to see. And one of those things is right near here, and we June 21st we did the ribbon cutting for Livoni Meats.
Oh, I saw that. That was a lot of people out for that. That was nice.
We have a nice video on our brand newly acquired or reestablished website. Calls it called visit millvillenj.com.
I did see that.
They have a lot of our multimedia images and stories that we have been working on throughout the past year with Bill Horgan and RC.
Right.
And so it's a great, because more the city's website, the actual city government website, that's more for our residents to use. Pay their bills, report a concern, where to find meeting dates, numbers, phone calls. The Visit NJ is for the community and outside community wanting to come into the city of Millville to see, I want to get an ice cold drink. Where can I go? Oh, I'm going to go to Glasstown if I like beer.
Yeah.
If I want something, more fancier, let's go to Mission Spirits. What chain restaurants do we have in the city? If I want to eat Mexican, we got El Guac. I want to eat Indian. It's on High Street as well. So there's,
And we got 2 vegan restaurants on High Street.
Correct.
Just had a new one open up across the street.
She actually heard, I met her. She came to a meeting. She actually saved her life.
Yes,
switching to vegan. That blew my mind.
Yeah, whatever thing she had went away.
Correct.
Well, that's something that I've talked with, people that are vegan. Have you seen Rick Cott?
Yeah.
My gosh, folks,
he's retiring.
Yeah, he's amazing. He looks so good. He and his wife both have gone vegan, and and the whole thing, what they talk about, and if you think about it, in fact, I wanted to mention to you for a minute about Greg Goodwin. Greg just passed away of pancreatic cancer. And, there's so many of my friends have cancer, lost their life to cancer. And a lot of it is supposedly the processed foods that we tend to eat. And I know when I've had nutritionists on, and the vegan guy said the same thing. When you go shopping at the supermarket, stay in the outer rings because they're fresh food and foods, meats, they're all in the outside. Down the aisles is where the processed food is. But we're talking with Mayor Romanik from the city of Millville. We'll be back with more with Mayor Romanik right after these messages.
New Jersey Motorsports Park. Experience the adrenaline rush of go-karting on our challenging tracks, with arrive and drive sessions, available for all skill levels. Looking for something even more daring? Try your hand at axe throwing, and see if you can hit the bullseye. After a day of excitement, relax at the Finish Line Pub Restaurant, and enjoy delicious food and drinks. Group experiences are also available, so bring your friends and family. For an unforgettable adventure, visit njmp.com to learn more and book your experience today.
At Mintz Insurance, we're proud to have been serving our customers for nearly 80 years, offering 30 different insurance products for your auto, home, and business. And to help ensure that you're getting the best rates possible, we give you up to 3 quotes for every policy, so you can choose what's right for you. At Mintz, we're part of the community, local representatives, supporting events, and proud of it. It's part of who we are. Mintz Insurance. Call today and find out how we can help you save on insurance, or visit us at mintzinsurance.com.
More than a century ago, General Tire was born, right here in America. Since then, we've made a name for ourselves by making tires you can depend on. Tires built to handle any road this country can throw at them, and relied on by every kind of driver. So you know that no matter where life takes you, with General Tire, anywhere is possible.
Advanced robotics, experienced physicians. When it comes to minimally invasive surgery, we don't play around.
Welcome back to this is Inside Track. We're at the Motorsports Park. My guest tonight is Mayor Ben Romanik. And Mary, while we were taking the break, you had mentioned something big that's happening, and you're going to be going there soon. Tell everybody what's going on.
Yeah, so Jim, the Cumberland County Fair is happening right now as we speak. It's operating from the 9th to the 13th. It was opening ceremonies yesterday, the second day of the fair. Today's the third day of the fair.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know that it's the oldest running fair.
Yes, it is in the state.
In the state, yeah, like over 300 years.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Wow.
I was like that. When the Cumberland County Director Joe Celio was speaking, he gave that stat. I was like, maybe somebody told me when I was a kid and forgot, but it's right down the road. But right after we get done talking, I will be heading back to the fair, and I will see my church's, my family's band, but Polka Pete and his orchestra are playing.
Are there anybody I know?
Yeah, Pete Commander, Gary Romanik, Rich Romanik plays.
Wow.
Tom Buckley's the drummer.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
Wow, what great guys. Jeez, that's super.
Yeah, there's a lot of guys, and I think they got the full band, so there's going to be about 7-piecer. So.
Oh, that's fantastic. That is really great. Well, it's interesting. As we've talked about in the past, Carmel Road is where a lot of the Ukrainian families settle.
Correct.
Do you have any reason why that is
I don't know. I think more or less because my family came here in the late 1800s, early 1900s, when the first Romaniks stepped foot, and they traveled through Philadelphia and then settled in Millville. And I don't know why west side of Millville, but my family is farmers. We're generally speaking We're a farming family, even though we grow tomato plants that are 6 foot tall because didn't know you had to trim tomato plants. But it's I don't know why the west side, but yeah, it's always been a strong Ukrainian community. And then obviously the church is separating in the 20s or 30s, and that's why you have the Orthodox Church out in Hogbin.
Is that still open?
Yep.
Operating.
Yeah.
I know yours is. What's your church?
We're Catholic.
Yeah, I know that.
So, but St. Nick's Ukrainian.
That's it. Thank you. Yeah, because I've been there, St. Nick's, and I did. I knew there was another Greek church or a Ukrainian church. And I see that they.
Then obviously you see a lot more. You see Baptist Ukrainian churches in Vineland, and that's a more modern religious base of Ukrainianism. But back to my church, we actually reminded me that we have our annual chicken barbecue. It's always the fourth Saturday in every July, and that is July 27th. First come, first serve, starting at, there's a giant sign on Carmel Road that I forget, and I stare at it every time I leave work. It starts at, I think, 4 o'clock, 4 to 7, but first come, first serve.
Great food, too.
$12, $15 a ticket. I forget. It's a giant sign outside my house that I stare at, and the simplest things in life that you don't think of.
It's funny you mentioned $15. I was talking with someone recently, and it wasn't our five guys. It was the Deptford one.
Okay.
In fact, they were trying to find a restaurant in Deptford, and a lot were closed, so they went to the Deptford Five Guys, and they said for, I guess, 3 of them, it was $50-some. Mm-hmm. I said, wow, so this is a great value.
Yeah. Get cooked chicken, over a giant charcoal spit, and fresh corn on the cob. We get corn on the cob from Ingraldi's.
Oh, that's great.
You get a big slice of tomato that we put in there,
Are they Ukrainian tomatoes?
They're probably Ingraldi tomatoes somewhere, but
well, that's good. At least they're supporting.
No, it's a good, just like all the chicken barbecues around here. Rosenhain Fire Company does theirs.
Yeah.
Cedarville's is huge. They cook over 1,200 chickens.
Wow.
And it's all the community, and we all like to support it. I remember, years ago, getting Knights of Columbus used to do theirs. So it's the summertime thing, and in South Jersey is your chicken barbecue.
Well, going from chicken barbecue, I have a question talking about food and beverage. What's happening with Bojo's? Do you know?
I know they closed, and I don't know if it's permanent or not.
Yeah.
It hasn't been most welcoming of atmosphere, especially once the later part of the evening.
Well, they actually were closing like at 11.
Yeah. So they're trying to curb it. I don't know whether the owners just had enough.
Well, you got to get the owner back doing tailoring because his brother is so busy at Jimmy's Tailor Shop.
Yeah.
They're good guys.
Yeah,
Papa Daniel.
Yeah, when I got my phone, when I hit like Facebook, my phone blew up. It was 2 Fridays ago, I think.
Yeah.
And it was like, well, it's 7 o'clock when everybody's yelling at me and asking me why. And I was like, City Hall is closed, and I'll let you know on Monday if I'm able to tell you that. But no, I don't really know why.
Yeah.
It's a little shocking. You know, you don't want to see business closed. We're trying to fill businesses on High Street.
Yeah.
Because as we have more and more events, and you know, we need more places for people to go to, and people to, you know, families to go to, especially. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, they always had good food. So.
Yeah. Danny, Papa Daniel was the owner there, and of course he and his brother, you know, they had Jimmy's Tailor Shop. That was their dad's, and then they took over, and then Danny's the one that's doing Jimmy's. It's his brother. I'll think of his name, but they're good guys. But yeah, I was in there one time with a couple friends of mine, and they closed at 11, and I realized why. You know, it's like, okay, and you know, somebody said, like in a bar situation, not a whole lot of good things happen after 11 or 12 o'clock because people get tuned in and some fights might break out and things like that. Although I didn't hear of any, or I don't know, of course, what happens in that situation.
Yeah, I think it's an evolving situation. I don't think anybody really knows other than the owners as of right now. So I guess it's a wait and see. But
yeah. Oh, you know, something I wanted to mention too is the value of a liquor license. And I remember when I was the mayor, John's Bar liquor license went for $250,000, I think, to one of the, you know, places, the chain restaurants we have up on Delsea Drive, and Gilbert's. I know that went for quite a bit. You know, just a lot of the ones that were mom and pop bars were able to, you know, sell.
You had wasn't there a bar called Friendly's?
Yes, there was. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what, you know, there's only a certain number of liquor licenses that the city of Millville is allowed to issue out per the state and what the state says. With that being said, you know, places like, you know, Old Winfield's, but you know, Rick Abbott, he has one, and he's doing work. Yeah, but you know, he could open up. Yeah. And it's unfortunate that they have it until they die, and then when they die, their family has it. So yeah, it's in the ever growing age, it's a hot commodity ticket, and that was the first question I got. They were like, "Bojo's is closing. Who's buying it?" I was like, I literally had no idea because it's a Friday, and like I'm not calling anybody. But it's you know, then I start thinking, and I'm pretty sure our viewing audience can start thinking that, you know, there's many opportunities that we could have a new place to buy or sit down for a drink somewhere. So, but yeah, they're a hot commodity, and if one were to go to sale, I would bet. You know, I bet you're knocking on the door of, you know, 7 figures, I bet. Yeah. You know, what's interesting, too, is Morrisville Township, Kenny Wilden, they have a liquor license. And one of my favorite restaurants, which is the diner, the Morrisville Diner, has the liquor license. They've never used it. Wow. I never knew that. And before they bought it, George, the owner before that, he had it. It just opted not to use it. But that's the only one. Of course, being a township, small as they are, they get one. Yeah. And I guess they didn't get a liquor store license because you usually get one of each. Correct. In Millville, we have 3 liquor stores. We've had that. Oh, I know. That was interesting, Ben. The people that had Clark's liquor store, I said to them, they were thinking about selling it. And I said, yeah, you may want to. If Millville ever hits 30,000 people, you get another liquor store license. But we haven't. Yeah, no. It's staying pretty stable. So they were able to sell it and make out well. So you have that, and you have Canals, and then City Liquor. Correct. Yeah, because I guess Carmel Road Liquor, that'd be Rosenhain, you know. Yes, it is. That's correct. Yeah, Deerfield Township. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a good one. That's where I go to because it's convenient. Closer. Yeah. Yeah. And they stay open until like 10:15 for me. That's great. But yeah, they're actually, you know, not Millville, but, you know, close to Millville. Yeah. You know, a lot of people on the west side probably might go to that. But they bought all the land behind them. They're actually going to level that building. Oh, no kidding. The owner, he owns that whole building complex. He's going to level it and build a bigger bigger building. He's going to add an apartment complex.
Oh, that's good.
So right there on Morton Avenue, I guess. Yeah, Morton Avenue. And so, coming soon. That's Rose. I guess that's Rosenhain or Deerfield.
It is. Yeah. Rosenhain's
because you can have a Millville mailing address, but you pay your taxes somewhere else.
In Deerfield. Yeah, a lot of.
When F&S Produce burnt down on Lebanon, it was a Millville address, and same with the CCIA building is on Lebanon,
right?
And it's a Millville mailing address.
Yeah. Oh boy, there's a lot of Bridgeton mailing addresses that aren't in Bridgeton.
Yeah.
Upper Deerfield, Hopewell, Shiloh, Sow Creek.
The city of Bridgeton is 4 square miles.
Yeah, exactly. Six square miles. Yeah, you're right.
It's something small.
Yeah.
It's like, but you have, Hopewell, Deerfield.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Upper Deerfield. The radio station property at Upper Deerfield has got the 08302 Bridgeton zip code that goes with it. We're talking with Mayor Ben Romanik. We'll be back to talk more with the mayor right after these messages.
Life on Earth offers some challenges. Things are constantly changing. Seems like we're fighting battles all the time. But you're a warrior for God, and He's given you the armor of God. Join Pastor Myers for this exciting series on how to be equipped to win. It begins May 5th at 11 a.m.
New Life Church, Millville, New Jersey.
New Jersey Motorsports Park. Experience the adrenaline rush of go-karting on our challenging tracks, with arrive and drive sessions, available for all skill levels. Looking for something even more daring? Try your hand at axe throwing, and see if you can hit the bullseye. After a day of excitement, relax at the Finish Line Pub Restaurant, and enjoy delicious food and drinks. Group experiences are also available, so bring your friends and family. For an unforgettable adventure, visit njmp.com to learn more and book your experience today.
At Mintz Insurance, we're proud to have been serving our customers for nearly 80 years, offering 30 different insurance products for your auto, home, and business. And to help ensure that you're getting the best rates possible, we give you up to 3 quotes for every policy, so you can choose what's right for you. At Mintz, we're part of the community. Local representatives, supporting events, and proud of it. It's part of who we are. Mintz Insurance. Call today and find out how we can help you save on insurance, or visit us at mintzinsurance.com.
More than a century ago, General Tire was born, right here in America. Since then, we've made a name for ourselves by making tires you can depend on. Tires built to handle any road this country can throw at them, and relied on by every kind of driver. So you know that no matter where life takes you, with General Tire, anywhere is possible.
Welcome back to Inside Track with my special guest, Mayor Ben Romanik, who's going over to the over to the fairgrounds to hear the polka. What's it called?
Polka Pete and his orchestra.
That's right, Pete Commander.
Yep.
Right.
Pete Commander.
That is great.
He's up. He lives in North Carolina now.
Does he really?
Yep.
Wow.
He drove up just to play in South Jersey.
That's super. That is great. I know people enjoy that music. How's the club out? I've been many times.
So the Ukrainian. So you're talking about the hall.
Yeah, hall, right.
Yeah. So that's the Ukrainian National Home, and that's where anybody can be a social member. I want it to be like a big social club again, but that's probably because I'm still in my 20s and nobody else that goes there is in their 20s. That's true. But we do our big one is a Christmas party. That the members go and it's all free. It's very minimal money that we have biannually for the membership dues. But as I grow and as I get meet more people and more people are within my family circle or family friend circle, that's where we really try to grow the membership. And hey, are you not you and your wife And so like there's a few events a year. There's no air conditioning.
Oh, wow.
We do rent it out to people that we do know, and it's the upstairs only, so you get the big ballroom in the kitchen. Downstairs is really only like inter-family because there's the bar downstairs and the taps and the pool table,
Right.
TVs and sound system. So we don't want, especially because the bar, we don't want not unless we really know. And I had my one of my campaign fundraisers there.
Did you really?
I didn't look at a calendar, and I competed with Stone Harbor like Fall Fest or something like that. So I didn't have a big turnout, but it was
great.
still fun.
Last time I was there, your grandpa and I were there. It's a great place, really.
Yeah, he and especially with my election, he was at back then it was the press and the Daily Journal. He was downstairs at the bar when he was 6 and not 5 or 4 or 3.
Really?
He lost.
I never realized he lost.
Yeah, when he lost in 81.
Wow. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. I thought he won all the time.
Nope.
Jeez.
And Rob Shannon beat him.
Yeah, and before we went on the air, Mayor Romanik and I were talking about ages, and you corrected me because, of course, Ben at 29 is the youngest. At first you thought Ed Salmon was,
Correct.
but Ed corrected you and said, no, you are. And then I was going with Ben from the oldest, and I didn't think about that Ed Salmon is the oldest former mayor, then Jim Parent, then Rob Shannon, and then me. So I'm fourth of a group of people. And it was something that, it's an honor, and you know that, Ben, to be able to serve as mayor. It's a title that probably has as much clout as maybe senator. It's, like when I was a county freeholder, people say, what? Mm-hmm. What is that? I mean, county commissioners are throughout the country, so at least now they're county commissioners. But you have more influence as a mayor than you do as a county commissioner. Mm-hmm. I mean, I served as freeholder director, and that's nice, and I do all the municipalities, and like you said, the mayors and the people you'd meet there, and all the good stuff that was going on in the county. But it's nice to have your hand on things like we're talking about today with Millville.
Correct.
And you mentioned Mission Spirits. My goodness, what an amazing place.
They just celebrated their 3rd anniversary.
I was going to ask you how long they've been here.
3 years. 3 years it was either beginning of this week or end of last week. But I texted Jay Wheeler. As if anybody doesn't know, Mission Spirits is one of the best at what they do.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's for everybody, but wow, they opened their doors when the world shut down, and
that's right, they did. Yeah,
they were, and they're still open today, and they cannot wait to expand.
That's wonderful.
They have their members lounge downstairs.
Okay, well, I've been in the back room for Mary Ann Lodes' retirement party, and and friends of mine have gone there for their son's daughter's birthday party. I mean, adult sons and daughters' birthday parties.
The downstairs is all redone.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, it's like speakeasy type vibes, dark but calm. Cigar lounge.
Now, Ben, they didn't need a liquor license as such because like the beer places.
Correct. They just they probably have a. It's not a liquor license because you're not selling mainstream liquor.
It's what they make.
Yeah, they probably have a distillery license.
Okay,
and Glasstown probably has a brewery license.
Yes, thank you.
And especially for the brewery and both of them, they probably will fight the same fight that I'm about to say is living in the state of New Jersey, having a brewery or having a distillery means that you can just have that and that's it. You're allowed to bring food, but they can't cook food.
I know, that's crazy. And I had John Berzicelli on with me, and he was supporting that they should be able to cook food, as well. And he even had some other good ideas, but, to loosen it up.
Yeah, like for instance, Glasstown, they can't offer a cup of coffee.
Isn't that crazy?
So say you go out with a DD and you're having a good time and you're driving all over South Jersey and having a good time, and you have a responsible person and they got to drink water or soda. They can't have a cup of coffee.
Wow.
They go to Wawa and get a cup of coffee.
Isn't that crazy?
But
I mean, I don't
it's
understand.
Weird, like soft pretzels, bagged peanuts, but not, it's so strange. And and then you go to neighboring states in like Pennsylvania. They can cook you burgers. They can, they're more of like a restaurant with a brewery instead of just a brewery. And in the state's mind, you're supposed to, giant quotations marks. You're at a tasting room. You're supposed to taste, and that's what That's why you had when breweries started popping up 10 years ago. That's why I always did the tour and go through the business and learn how beer was made, and like nobody wants to do that now, and so I don't think they're required anymore. But it's certain little things quirky things that the state does, and why the state does it, I don't. I do not know, and it's tough because just like the state doesn't allow you to brew, can't sell your beer without you making it in the same spot. So we tried to move Millville. We tried to move Glasstown to downtown High Street areas.
Right,
and it got shot down at the state level.
No kidding. Wow, that's a shame.
Even though Cape May Brewing Company brews and sells in 2 different locations.
Oh.
But they have 10 lawyers. Glasstown has 1. So
that's a shame.
So it's you try to do things and change and fight your own fight, but there's only so much that you can do because you're literally handcuffed. They're handcuffed. We're handcuffed. And it doesn't matter whether we had a municipality, we had letters from us, them, state representatives, and Congress, and still they said the state was like, sorry.
That's unbelievable.
And even though there's gray, Cape May Brewing Company is gray in the law area of what they did. The state will tell you no, it's black and white.
It's unbelievable. It's like, okay.
So,
We're talking with Mayor Ben Romanik. We'll be back to wrap up the show right after these messages.
Advanced robotics. Experienced physicians. When it comes to minimally invasive surgery, we don't play around.
Life on Earth offers some challenges. Things are constantly changing. Seems like we're fighting battles all the time. But you're a warrior for God, and He's given you
The armor of God.
Join Pastor Myers for this exciting series on how to be equipped to win. It begins May 5th at 11 a.m.
New Life Church, Millville, New Jersey.
New Jersey Motorsports Park. Experience the adrenaline rush of go-karting on our challenging tracks, with arrive and drive sessions, available for all skill levels. Looking for something even more daring? Try your hand at axe throwing, and see if you can hit the bullseye. After a day of excitement, relax at the Finish Line Pub Restaurant, and enjoy delicious food and drinks. Group experiences are also available, so bring your friends and family. For an unforgettable adventure, visit njmp.com to learn more and book your experience today.
At Mintz Insurance, we're proud to have been serving our customers for nearly 80 years, offering 30 different insurance products for your auto, home, and business. And to help ensure that you're getting the best rates possible, we give you up to 3 quotes for every policy, so you can choose what's right for you. At Mintz, we're part of the community, local representatives, supporting events, and proud of it. It's part of who we are. Mintz Insurance. Call today and find out how we can help you save on insurance, or visit us at mintzinsurance.com.
Welcome back to Inside Track here at the New Jersey Motorsports Park. My guest is Mayor Ben Romanik. And Mayor, we were talking about liquor licenses, and I was saying that Yilmaz Kankel, who was the owner of the Queen Diner in Millville and the Queen Restaurant in Vineland, was talking one day, because I do the mayor's show from his restaurant in Vineland, and he was saying about getting a liquor license. And the mayor said, you're not going to be able to afford one, for not being a bar, so to speak, or, it's a restaurant. But I suggested to him he contact Cedar Rose Winery. He did. He has a wine license, which is
Awesome.
they buys the bottles from them, and you have to sell it by the bottle. You can't sell it by a glass. It's got to be the bottle that you buy. But at least for those who want to have a bottle, have some wine with their dinner, they can pick that up. And my buddy down at Hotel Charlesworth, have you met him yet?
No.
Oh, you got to get down there. I'll go with you sometime. He is character. What a great guy. Sybil, I said I've always wanted to have a person with one name on my TV show. I couldn't get Elvis. I couldn't get Cher. I couldn't get all these famous one-namers. I got Sybil, and he is what a charismatic guy. He is so much fun, and the food is fabulous.
I know. I haven't
Winfield's
been there.
food.
Haven't been there. I haven't been to.
Well, you should have gone to one of the Republican fundraisers.
Yeah, I know. Well, there's only 24 hours in a day.
Red Eye Crab is very
Red
good.
Eye Crab as well. I did go this year. Bull in the Barn.
Yeah,
that was fantastic.
That is neat, isn't it? Yeah.
It's bring your favorite beverage that you like to drink, and I'm often of it. But and I went there the very first weekend that they opened, so maybe it was the service time. But there's only he cooks it, and he's the only cook. And it's such a unique place and establishment. The whole nautical theme. To think
Yep, and that's in down township, as is the Hotel Charlesworth. And at one time, they had the Newport House. Speaking of the Newport House, do you know the former owner of the Newport House? He's working for you. Bob Campbell.
That's what I was going to think.
You got it.
I was going to say. I was like,
ready to say it.
Bob Campbell. I was like, if I was trying to think, I was like, Bob Campbell.
Yep, and I try to get him to come on because he's one of my favorite people. He's done such a great job in downtown in Fortescue with bringing in the sewer, double the values of the properties down there, and it's coming. And to the current county commissioner's credit, they're supporting it also. So, and that's something I know that Doug Aldrich has talked about. And I don't know where you guys are with that, but you mentioned the Millville side of Laurel Lake, and there's plenty of homes there. They all have to have septic. Where when the Cumberland County Utility Authority, which is the sewer branch for Bridgeton, Hopewell, Upper Deerfield, all that, they do the Fairfield Prison, FCI Fair. Doug had talked about, which I thought was a good idea, to continue running it down Buckshootum Road and go all the way down into the Millville side of Laurel Lake, the commercial township side of Laurel Lake. There's lots and lots of properties. And what's tough there too, Ben, is because you need so much space to put a septic system in, the lots.
Yeah, they're all flag lots.
Exactly. There you can't use them. They sit, which would be.
It's our sewer system in Millville is one, it's a point of revenue for the city.
Yep.
So,
well, even if you ran it down there, I mean, rather than competing, I mean, that would be something. I know you don't go. I don't know.
I don't know where it goes.
Probably goes to at least to the trailer. Well, it comes here. I'm sure they must have it here. So
whether it branches off onto Buckshootum.
That's something that there's a lot of potential there. And again, would give you more people to maybe build or homes because the lots would then be buildable because they don't need the septic system.
Correct. That's why we did the even for our new business of Livoni Meats. One of the things, obviously they need water, and that's why we did Ireland Avenue water upgrade.
Oh, that's good. Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And you see all the pump houses. There's a pump house right there on Bogdan Boulevard. Obviously, and that supplies most of this area around here. But it's all part of the, everybody likes to see what happens above ground, and so do I, because that's promising. That's what the public does see. But
that's true.
Me and my vice mayor and commission, especially my vice mayor and I, Joe and I, improving infrastructure. That's what will really drive business. In the city.
No question.
They're not going to go nowhere where electric's a tough one.
Island's got the edge because they're an electric utility.
Because when businesses come to us, they're like, "We got you. We'll do our best with sewer and water." They're like, "Have fun with Atlantic City Electric."
They're tough. They are very tough.
That's the tough one.
The county, I know how tough it was on different roads.
It's brutal, especially
stuff like that.
Anything that comes in. But it is what it is. Livoni, they put their building up within 6 months. So
wow, that's fantastic. Yeah, that is great. And I saw a lot of people out there celebrating, and that's a great thing. Anyway, I'll let you go, buddy. Enjoy. Right. Thanks for coming in.
You're welcome.
Keep up the good work. And
appreciate it. Always good talking to you.
Polka Pete, I said hello.
Yeah, we'll do.
All the guys and your cousins and your aunt, your uncles. They're just Romanik people are good people, folks. I got to tell you that. Some of my favorite people. In fact, I don't know a bad Romanik. They're all good people.
No.
They really are. You're blessed to be in a great family.
It is a great family.
And I want to thank Ryan Orowski for producing the show today, and I thank you for joining us. Stay cool. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
This has been a QBC television production, in association with our partners and sponsors. QBC broadcasts on Comcast Cable Channel 22, and live streams its programming on Facebook and YouTube. All rights reserved by Quinn Media and QBC, programming that serves the South Jersey market.